Voice Your Choice. My name is Marcia, and today we have a special guest. We are going to be talking to a representative of Womankind. Now, if you have any young lady in your life who may be pregnant or are in need of some type of health services, this is a show for you. We're going to be going over some programs and also some services that are free and open to the community. The guest that we're going to have, her name is Eileen Murray, and she's going to share a lot of useful information that I'm sure that you will value. So when we return, we're going to be back with Eileen, and we're going to talk to her about Womankind.
Some people might think that Adrian would never be able to go to college like his brother, or achieve his dream of being an actor. We couldn't disagree more. We're the ARC, and we believe everyone should have the opportunity to realize their full potential. The ARC stands up for those in need, advocating for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
I want to be a professional actor,
so they can be anything they want to be. If you need help, or if you want to help, visit us at www.thearc.org.
I want to thank everyone for making this day so special. Dad, you've been my inspiration. I love you.
I love you too.
And Mom, I miss you so much.
Type 2 diabetes steals the lives we cherish most, but it can be prevented. Know your risk before it's too late. Stop diabetes. Learn how at checkupamerica.org or talk to your doctor.
Welcome back to Your Voice, Your Choice. I'm Marcia, and we are joined by our guest from Womankind, Miss Eileen Murray. Hi, how are you?
Good, Marcia. I'm so glad to be here. I love to talk about Womankind services, and we always welcome the opportunity to do so.
Well, we're very happy to have you here.
Thank you.
So, I guess we can just get started. I wanted to know, how did you start off with Womankind? How did you get your start with the organization?
Well, actually, I've been with Womankind for about 18 years, and my background is both in counseling and then some business experience. And Womankind was the perfect opportunity for me to use those skills because Womankind is so much based in a loving, supportive approach to women and the problems they're experiencing. My counseling experience has come into play, and because I'm the director there, my business experience has also been an important part of what I have brought to Womankind.
So what exactly is Womankind?
Well, Womankind is a prenatal care center, and for 35 years, Womankind has been providing free prenatal care, pregnancy testing, counseling, childbirth classes, and assistance with maternity clothes and with baby items after babies are born. And really, we have been around making sure that women had under one roof as many services as possible for a woman to have a healthy pregnancy outcome and a positive pregnancy experience. We do all those services at our one location in Garfield Heights on Transportation Boulevard. So again, our care is comprehensive. The prenatal care is provided through 28 weeks of pregnancy to women. And we make sure that we help women with Healthy Start applications. We involve family members. We really do everything we can to work with that woman during her pregnancy.
Now, some information that is new to me is that Womankind has been around for 35 years. I just recently learned about Womankind, maybe 2-3 years ago, but 35 years it's been in the community?
Well, we have been around for 35 years, and over that time we've seen thousands and thousands of women. Because we're a very small organization, we really haven't had the ability to get the word out in the community about the services that we provide and what we do. So an opportunity such as this is really wonderful, because if there were any women or families who were experiencing a pregnancy and needed the medical care that we provided or the emotional support for a pregnancy, we want to make sure that those women are there so that they know that we are there for them. So this is a wonderful opportunity to talk about our services.
So who is the typical client or the typical person that will receive these services in the community?
That's a great question. We always say there is no typical Womankind client. We see women ranging in age from 13 to 50, I'm sorry. These women come to us from all over northeastern Ohio, primarily Cuyahoga County, but some from the surrounding counties as well. They come from Lorain or Summit or Geauga or Lake County because our services are so unique. And these women are single, they're married, they come from the city, they come from the suburbs. What they would all have in common for the most part, though, the women who use our clinic, is that they either lack the medical insurance, financial resources, or emotional support for a pregnancy. Sometimes the timing isn't the best. Maybe the woman is in graduate school or she's just started a new job. And so she really needs a lot of emotional support to follow through with that pregnancy. Some women are very much supported by their families, by the fathers of their baby, and some are not. Some face tremendous difficulties. They may be in abusive relationships, or housing or financial resources may be huge issues for those women. So we just want to make sure that we are seeing every woman who's in need of our services, and we really try to be meeting her specific needs, responding to what it is that she needs to have that positive pregnancy experience and the support to follow through with her pregnancy.
Right. And with the support, you mentioned emotional support. So what is the process like when you have someone, because you said there is no typical client.
Right.
When someone comes into the doors of Womankind, what is the process like when they enter the doors?
Well, hopefully they're going to encounter someone who is going to be loving, supportive, who's going to listen to that woman. And that might be either one of our trained volunteers, or it might be our licensed independent social worker or our client support coordinator. Someone who's really going to listen to her and address the needs that she's experiencing at that time.
Okay. So this is pretty much something that a young woman or anyone can actually take advantage of if they don't have the support at home. So if they're in a relationship, maybe they're not getting that support that they need emotionally.
Exactly. And I think sometimes what that woman needs is just somebody to listen to her, somebody to help her sort things out, to hear what she has to say, to be loving, responsive, and help her listen to what it is that she knows that she would like to do, and to hear her dreams and ideas, and to see what's ahead for her.
Yeah, you said before that Womankind has unique services, and I would say that's very unique, because a lot of times women can go in and they can have physical assessments done, but rarely are they able to just go in and kind of vent or discuss things that's going on with their life pertaining to pregnancy and their health care.
Exactly, exactly. And it is, the only women we see in our clinic are women who are pregnant, and the services like the childbirth classes, and we have a daddy boot camp where we invite dads to come into those childbirth classes as well. Those are extremely important, that the women have that comprehensive care and the opportunity to address what's of concern to them.
So initially they do have to be pregnant, but then after they have children, they can use the other services?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So they can come for the counseling, they can come for the baby items after babies are born, but the medical care is only during pregnancy.
Okay, great. Well, when we return after this break, we're going to talk more with Eileen about Womankind.
There are heroes among us. They don't fly or bend steel or ride off into the sunset. They simply volunteer to look after someone else's health by providing comfort, lending a hand, or simply keeping us on track. Everyone's health needs a hero. Who will you look out for?
Find out how you can participate in improving our health. Visit iparticipate.org.
You can't text and pay attention to the world around you, and you definitely can't text and drive. Every year, deaths due to distracted and negligent driving are increasing. In fact, while drunk driving rates have dropped greatly, negligent driving fatalities have skyrocketed. Find out more at negligentdriving.com.
Welcome back to Your Voice, Your Choice. My name is Marcia, and we are talking with Womankind today in Miss Eileen Murray. And we are going to get into some of the services. But first, we touched a little bit about what makes you guys unique. So, you know, what makes you guys different from everyone else or other people who are providing these services?
Well, there are several things, Marcia, that set our care aside from the care provided by other people. First of all of the services at Womankind are free. The second thing is that we have a very small paid staff, and most of our care is provided by volunteers. So the physicians, certified nurse midwives, advanced practice nurses, and many of the nurses in our clinic volunteer their time. Volunteers come in and answer our phones. They meet with women who are coming in for pregnancy tests. So those people are really there because they care about the women who are coming to us. The people who come into our clinic are coming after a busy day in their own practices, in their own offices to provide that care. So that care is really provided in a very loving, compassionate, non-judgmental way. The other thing that makes us unique is that we really are comprehensive in our care. We do the blood work right there. The counseling is a part of every single prenatal visit. We do the Healthy Start applications right in our office. We do the proof of pregnancy for those applications. We don't process the applications, but we get them in so that they can be processed. We include family members, fathers of babies. The childbirth classes are offered there at Womankind, the Daddy Boot Camp for dads, so that it's really that holistic care, trying to provide as many services as possible for women under one roof.
Right. That's making the process more simple.
Exactly.
You know, a little bit of convenience there with the different application processes. And you mentioned two of the classes that I actually wanted to get into, which was the Lamaze classes and also the Daddy Boot Camp. That's very unique. We were talking about what makes you different. Daddy Boot Camp? Really? Like, that's awesome. So could you tell us more about the Daddy Boot Camp?
I can tell you a little bit more about that. Actually, we host the program. We didn't invent it. So it's offered at many different sites. But it's really an opportunity to involve dads in the care of these babies that are going to be born within the upcoming months. So it happens in conjunction with the childbirth classes, where the moms get lots of attention, but it's really clear what an important role dads play, and they have the opportunity to talk about their fears and their concerns. And often a dad whose baby's already been born will come back and talk with these other new dads, bring his baby with him. The dads learn how to diaper a baby, how to hold a baby, and so it's a really important thing, which then really benefits mom, because dad feels more secure, and the better he feels, the more he's going to be in a position to be supportive of her.
So I'm assuming that it's not only couples. If you are parents of a child who you're not together, you still can come in together and contribute to this process.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, Womankind works with people from many different situations, and we want people to feel as loved and heard and cared about, and that we are responding to as many of their needs as we possibly can. So there are no requirements. If we have what people need, we are there for them and available.
So are there any other services or programs that Womankind has besides the Lamaze and besides the Daddy Boot Camp?
Well, the prenatal care itself, the actual clinic, is our primary service. And then the counseling, where we have a licensed independent social worker on staff who works with women or couples or families, but with issues related to pregnancy. And then, you know, we help with the maternity clothes, which are donated to us, and moms can come in and go through those, as well as distributing baby items after babies are born.
So that is something that I'm aware of, that you do have products for babies, and like you mentioned, the maternity clothes. Do you guys have a drive? How do you acquire the items that you provide?
Well, the items that we give out are all donated to us by people in the community. So what we have really varies. And the good news is we have a lot of items. The bad news is we can't ever guarantee any specific mom any specific items, because sometimes we have a lot of everything, and sometimes we don't have much of anything. So those donated items really vary. But if there are things that moms need for their babies, they're certainly welcome to call us, and if we have those items, they are free to set up an appointment to come in to pick the items up. We only give them out after babies are born, and we do ask that moms come in with their babies if we have the items that they're looking for.
So we've talked about volunteers and also about the donations. What about funding? How is the organization funded?
Well, Womankind is funded entirely by donations, monetary donations, most of which comes from individuals. We do get some grants from foundations. We are eligible to receive United Way designations. We do a couple of special events a year. We do a golf outing, we do a fall event, but the work that Womankind does is supported entirely by those donations. We get no government funding, no fees for services, and so really there are lots and lots of people in the community who make sure our services continue. And we often talk about the hearts and hands of Womankind, and those are really the people who ensure that our services continue. So when a mom comes in for care, we are only able to provide that care because of all those people who have provided us with individual donations or are volunteering their time to make sure that women have that care, and those are the hearts and hands of Womankind.
Okay, and that's very necessary for any organization to continue to be funded, and you said that you have no government, no federal funding.
Correct.
Okay. So when we come back from our break, I want to talk about these events because you went past the golfing, and I know you have another one with the baby bottles.
Oh, yes.
Correct? So when we come back from the break, we're going to talk more.
Hey, Barrett! Look, Timmy's in trouble again. I told you to stay out of here! Come on, loser!
Someone should do something. See that happen.
If you see abuse or neglect, learn what you can do at BeHumane.org.
Hi, I'm Rochelle Lefebvre, and this is Johnny. We're working with Best Friends Animal Society to stop the suffering of millions of breeding dogs in puppy mills who supply puppies to pet stores. You can help too, by not adding to the demand for pet store puppies. When searching for your next best friend, do what I did. Adopt. Don't shop. Let a shelter dog like Johnny steal your heart.
You're watching Your Voice, Your Choice. My name is Marcia, and we are here with our guest, Eileen Murray from Womankind. And, I wanted to get into talking about the different events that your organization has. Is it for raising funds?
It is. We really do those events to raise awareness in the community of the services that we provide, and it's a great opportunity for people to come to those events and learn more about Womankind and what we do. We generally do a golf outing in the spring or early, midsummer, and then we generally do a fall event, either a luncheon or an evening event, and those are great opportunities for people to come in, perhaps invited by a current volunteer or a current donor, to learn more about us and support the work that we do. We also have been doing some fundraising events where we use baby bottles, either regular size or some of the larger baby bottles, and those go to church groups, to schools, to we've had card playing groups, we've had troops of Girl Scouts, we've had beauty salons take those bottles, or churches where they fill them with loose change, bring them back to Womankind, and that has been a phenomenal way for the support to come in for Womankind. Every bottle includes information about Womankind services, about volunteer opportunities, and those, it's surprising how it adds up. The pennies, the nickels, they really, really add up.
So I know that you have a unique relationship with the hospitals where they look to you and refer young women to your organization.
Yes, many of the hospitals in the community are aware of our services, and people may come because they may show up in an emergency room for a pregnancy test and need ongoing care, and those hospitals will refer women to us to use our clinic, to come in for care, and then once women are on Healthy Start, they will go back, which is the state program, which is an insurance program, And it will provide coverage for women if they're eligible for their last months of care and delivery. And those women go to hospitals all over the community. They go to Metro, to Fairview, to Hillcrest. Once that insurance is in place, they can deliver in hospitals all over the area.
So with all of those services, with the clothes donations and also the programs, are there any like food donations that come along, or is it just for the babies, or are there actual like food for the family?
No, we only accept donations of items for babies up to 24 months, and that might include formula or baby food, baby cereal. But we are really focused in our care on the pregnant woman and then for that time period after the baby is born. So there's many other agencies that accept different kinds of donations, but those are the things that Womankind accepts.
Right. And also to the young men, because we were talking about the young men earlier, and I wanted to emphasize the age, because we talked before about the women. I believe you said 15 to 50, and so for the young men, what is the age range for that?
You know, it is really, we have seen men as young as 16 and as old as 50. There really are no age requirements. We want men of every age. If they are involved in a situation where they are a father or are going to be a father, we want them to know that we are available for them, that Daddy Boot Camp, that they are welcome for childbirth classes, because they are in a position to make a huge difference in the life of this child. And the Daddy Boot Camp, because it's so particularly focused on men and their needs, we think that it's really important that men know about that. So there are no specific age requirements. There are no income requirements or residential requirements. If people need our services, they need to contact us, and hopefully we will be able to help them out.
All right, so if there's anyone in the community, young men, young women, and you are in need of health care services in regards to pregnancy and the well-being of your child, do not worry about money. Do not worry about emotional support, because they have everything there at Womankind, and they also have actually help with applications for other services. So you have a one-stop shop going on there, right?
Exactly, exactly.
Okay, so is there anything else that you think that we need to know about Womankind? I actually want to give you the opportunity to tell them the location and where you are.
Womankind has one location. We're pretty conveniently located on Transportation Boulevard in Garfield Heights, right off of 480. So it's accessible by car. The 90 Flyer stops right in front of our offices. And people can look at our website, which is womankindcleveland.com, which gives a lot of information about our services and location. They can contact us by phone at 216-662-5700. There's always someone in the office Monday through Friday between 9 and 4 if people have questions or want to know more information. Some of our services you require an appointment. For example, for our medical clinic, for the prenatal care, that's by appointment. Pregnancy tests are walk-in. But give us a call. We would be glad to provide more information for you. And Garfield Heights really is pretty accessible from all over the greater Cleveland area.
Yes, it is. And I know that you mentioned it's not like all health care, but I know you give the pregnancy test. Just for those people out there who are unclear, are there any transmitted diseases, sexually transmitted diseases tests or anything like that? Like, is that offered?
Only as a part of pregnancy. So if women are pregnant, the care is comprehensive. It includes the pap smears, the blood tests, testing for sexually transmitted diseases, but only if women are pregnant.
So you must be pregnant. That is a requirement.
If you're going to be using our clinic, yes. And we will do the pregnancy test, or sometimes women have their pregnancy test done elsewhere, and they are still welcome to come and use our clinic. So there's no requirement that if you have your pregnancy test there, it doesn't mean you have to use our clinic. If you want to use our clinic, it doesn't mean you have to have your test there. You come just for the childbirth classes. Women really need to select the services that will work best for them, because each woman's needs are unique, and again, we want to be flexible in terms of meeting as many of her needs as we possibly can.
Okay, wow, and those needs, I'm sure, are getting met. So when we return after the break, we're going to talk more with Heidi Murray.
Dad, you've been my inspiration. And Mom, I miss you so much.
Type 2 diabetes steals the lives we cherish most. Are you at risk?
My name is Marcia, and you are watching Your Voice, Your Choice. I hope that you were able to watch this entire program, because we are here with Eileen Murray, and she just gave us a lot of information regarding womankind. And I did have a final question, and I wanted to ask you, with all of the women who walk through the doors and receive your services, do any of them come back and volunteer or give back financially?
Absolutely. We find that people who have used our services are absolutely the best spokespeople for the work that we do. I can say we do good work because I know it and I believe it. The people who have been recipients of that care, and because we've been around for 35 years, there are thousands of women in this community who have used our services and babies born to those women. They have become our donors. Some of them volunteer for us. Some of them will come back with baby items. Some of them have actually spoken on our behalf. They've written letters for our newsletter. They have spoken at our events because they know the importance of the service that we provide, and that one of the ways for that to continue is for us to have that financial support and really help to get the word out about our services in the community.
Is there anything that an average citizen can do to help womankind?
Well, I think certainly if this is a concern for you, we would love to have you become part of those Hearts and Hands of Womankind by donating to us financially. As I mentioned, we're eligible to receive United Way designations by getting the word out if you were to encounter anyone who needed our services, to make sure that you got them to our website or to our phone number, to help us spread the word and to do what you can do to help ensure that our services continue.
And I would like for you to go ahead once again and give your contact information for the people out there who's trying to contact you.
You can absolutely look up Womankind on the internet, on our website. It's Womankind, WOMANKIND, Cleveland, all one big long word, .com, or you can call us at 216-662-5700. And we're always in the office Monday through Friday between 9 and 4.
Well, I want to thank you so much for joining us today. We learned a lot. We learned that you guys have been around for 35 years, that you provide programs to benefit pregnant women, and also the fathers of the babies. And so that's some good information. You don't have to have any money or insurance. If you do have insurance, it's okay too. So I want to thank you once again for sharing this information with us.
Well, I really appreciate the opportunity to let women in the community know that we're available, and those dads as well, that Womankind is there to help. And even some caregivers, some physicians or hospitals or emergency rooms may encounter women who need our care, and we hope that those people will be referred to us as well.
Thank you once again. My name is Marcia Smith. You are watching Your Voice, Your Choice. Please tune in next time for our next program. Thank you.